Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're making some chicken chow mein. For this recipe you will need 1 packet of chow mein. Here I have 12 ounces, 1 pound of boneless chicken, washed and clean and drained, 3 cloves of garlic, a medium-sized onion, pepper, and I'm using green chili here because it is less hot and my kids will be able to tolerate that. I have 4 leaves of maridman or basil, 5 leaves of celery, you could use more if you like, and 1 tablespoon of dried fine leaf thyme. You could use fresh if you want. I also have here my Chinese sauce, and this could be substituted with soy sauce if you have. And vegetables for the chow mein, I have carrot and sweet pepper. You could use any color of sweet pepper if you like, and you can also add Bora, but I'm omitting that because my kids do not like to eat that. Now we'll go ahead and clean all of this and blend them together. This will create the seasoning sauce for the meat and also for cooking the chow mein. So here I have everything blended nicely, and I'm going to add that into the chicken. And I'm going to reserve about 1 tablespoon. This will be used for the frying up of the chow mein in the end. To the chicken, I'm also adding 1 tablespoon of Chinese sauce. Now this is very popular in Guyanese cooking. If you don't have this, you could substitute it with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and 1 teaspoon of sugar. I'm also going to be adding here 1 teaspoon of salt to the chicken, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and optional is sazon, but I do use this in my cooking. I'm just going to add about 1/4 pack, it's a little bit. You can also use a chicken cube if you like for the salt, and that's going to pack some more flavor into your chow mein. Now you want to give this a good mix, and this will be set aside to marinate for about an hour. So I've cut my carrot down in half, and then I like to slice it down into thin slices, and then I will julienne it, which is just going back and cutting those into smaller strips. Now same for the pepper. I'm going to cut it lengthwise. Since this is chow mein, you want all of your vegetables to blend in seamlessly. So I've finished dicing and cutting up everything. I had in the fridge some red bell peppers, so I'm adding that as well, and some diced celery sticks. This is going to add some nice flavor. So these here are my veggies that I'll be using today. So I am just adding about 4 tablespoons of oil into my hot pan, and this is going to fry the meat. Now here's our meat that has been marinating. I'm going to add it into the hot pan. And you hear that sizzle. It's telling you the pot is ready. You just want to add a little bit of water to get the excess seasoning out of there. This is all the goodness, and you don't want to throw that away. And you're going to give this a stir. Now you're going to cover this and let this cook for about 15 minutes. In the meantime, the water is going to come up to a boil, and we're going to add the noodles. So it's been the end of that 15 minutes, and a while ago I took the cover off, and now you can see the liquid has reduced, and we have a nice thick sauce at the bottom, and this is what you want to see. Now you don't want this to burn, so kindly check your stove and adjust the heat accordingly. Now I'm going to add the reserve that we had from the seasoning mix, and this here is just going to put some additional flavor. So it's been that 2 minutes. I could smell the aroma of the cooking green seasoning here, and now I'm going to mix everything together that is being cooked, and I will add my vegetables. I want them to soften up a bit, so I'm adding the orange bell peppers, the celery cubes, the celery sticks that I've cubed, some of the red bell pepper. Now the carrots will go into the water with the chow mein. At this stage, it is good also to again check on your salt. So the water for the chow mein noodles have come up to a boil, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, carrots that I've sliced into thick strips. I'm just going to ensure that it's a bit soft. I'm going to add my packet of chow mein noodle and a little bit of oil to keep it from sticking. I'm going to give that a good stir, and I'm going to let this boil as per direction on the pack, and I'm going to turn this off and cover and wait for the noodles to be added. And you want to make sure that when you're boiling the noodles, you boil it in a pot that's large enough so it wouldn't boil over, and then you'll have a messy stove. Every now and then, just give it a stir. So it's been 10 minutes, and I'm checking my noodles. I'm going to take one, and you're going to, ouch, press it, and there, it broke in half, and that's indicating that it's done. Now I'm going to go over and strain this, drain it off, and then we're going to put it together with the meat. So I've just strained the chow mein. I'm back over at the stove. I'm going to turn back the heat on medium to bring the chicken back up to a little heat, and I'm going to add the noodles. Just ensure that this has been drained and strained well, and you're going to mix everything together. So everything has been incorporated here nicely. You could test, you could taste, you could add. At this stage, if there's any salt or flavoring that needs to be added, you could go ahead and add that in. I'm just going to add a little bit of celery leaves that I have for garnish, and you can also add scallions, but I don't want to do that since it's summer and it's going to make it easy to spoil. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the stove off and cover it. So here you have it, chow mein and chicken for lunch today. As you can see, all the vegetables that are in there, and because they were cooked in it, it is soft, so my kids won't have a problem eating this. So go ahead, try this recipe, let me know how you liked it. Give it a good thumbs up if it's good, and leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.